That's why, when she rented an old farmhouse outside a tiny town in rural Pennsylvania, she ignored the warning from the gas station clerk. If you hear someone calling from the well at night, don't answer. She laughed it off. The farmhouse was cheap, isolated, and perfect for writing her new novel. Surrounded by dead trees and endless fog, it sat alone at the edge of a cornfield. Behind the house stood an ancient stone well, covered with rusted iron bars. The first 2 nights were quiet. But on the third night, Emma woke up around 2:13 a.m. to a strange sound outside. A woman crying. Soft at first. Then clearer. Help me. Emma sat up in bed, frozen. The voice was coming from the backyard. From the well. She grabbed her flashlight and stepped outside. Cold wind moved through the cornfield like whispers. The crying continued. Please, help me. Emma approached the well slowly. Her flashlight trembled in her hand as she pointed it between the rusted bars. Nothing. Just darkness. Then suddenly. Emma. Her blood ran cold. The voice knew her name. Please, he pushed me down here. Emma backed away, heart pounding. This had to be a prank. But then she heard another sound. Footsteps. Behind her. She spun around. Nobody there. When she looked back at the well, the crying had stopped. Silence. The next morning, Emma drove into town and asked an old waitress about the farmhouse. The woman's face turned pale. She leaned closer and whispered. 30 years ago, a girl disappeared there. They never found her body. But her husband, he swore he still heard her voice from the well every night. Emma forced a nervous laugh, but that night she locked every door and kept the lights on. At exactly 2:13 a.m. Knock. 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 Not at the front door. At the bedroom window. Emma slowly pulled the curtain aside. And nearly screamed. A woman stood outside in the dark. Her skin was gray. Wet hair covered her face. And her mouth hung unnaturally wide open. Then the woman whispered. Why didn't you help me? The lights went out instantly. Emma heard wet footsteps inside the house. Slow. Dragging. Closer to her bedroom. She grabbed her phone, but there was no signal. The footsteps stopped outside her door. Then came a voice. Not from outside anymore. From directly behind her. Now you stay with me. The police found the farmhouse empty 3 days later. Emma was gone. But neighbors reported something strange every night afterward. At exactly 2:13 a.m. 2 voices could be heard crying from the well.